There's something outside. Can't believe even Dodger was cold last night. Dodger doesn't usually want to be in a cocoon like this, but Echo loves it. You love it in there. He loves to get like down at my feet inside the sleeping bag, and I get too hot when he does that, so I try to give him his own area where he can cocoon. I guess as Dodger gets older, he's more into the cocoon when it's cold out. Because I was surprised in the middle of the night when he wanted to get under the covers. He's a good dog. Echo, stay. There's something outside right now, though. No. See if I can get it on camera. Echo, stay. No, stay. Sounded like it was some deers or some elk. Oh, luckily I grabbed Mr. Echo just in time. He wants to chase him. Echo, no. Sit. Stay. No, sit. Sit. Check this place out. Man, it was cold last night. Having two dogs in bed is really nice, actually. And I can't believe Dodger even got cold. He came up to me and started to snuggle into me, so I put my jacket on top of him. And he slept that way the rest of the night. He usually doesn't get cold. In the trailer, he'll sleep all by himself on the couch with the windows open. He's got, two coats on him. He's got a lot of fur. But last night he needed that third coat. I got my buff on here. This thing I really like. It's like basically just a tube of cloth. And it's nice because you can pull it up over your nose. You can wear it as a hat. This hat actually has a face mask inside of it that I can pull down over here. But it's a little thick. It's not super freezing outside right now, so you just kind of need a light face covering because my nose gets cold. So that works out really well. See this hat? This is the main reason I love this hat, because it's got these ear flaps. Keep my ears warm. But check this out that I just found under this tree right here. It's by the campfire. There's a burn ban right now, I think for the next month or so. But someone's got their stash of wood under here, and they got these, obviously these 2x4s here, but then there's these like discs of compressed wood. I've never seen this before. It looks like it's an instant campfire kind of thing. Like you just lay it down, throw some, I don't know, lighter fluid or whatever on it, and then light it up, and then you got an instant campfire ring, which seems pretty smart. If I could burn stuff right now, I'd be burning one of these to test it out. So this was our campsite last night. There's a mountain over there. Mount Rainier's back this way. There's some craggy peaks right there. Look at that. I just fed the dogs, and now it's my time to make coffee. So what I got right now is I brought this little mini stove here, and this is a liquid fuel stove, and you just pop this top open like this and put your fuel in there. And some people use like rubbing alcohol. I use this stuff. This is supposed to be the cleanest burning stuff you can get. It's only a few bucks. And then you just fill this up here. Basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna boil water for my coffee, and I'm gonna grind coffee too, so you can see me do that. There, it's lit. I couldn't tell it was lit, but it's lit. It's hot already. So that just kind of rests on there like that. And then you see this Arizona tea jug I got. You get this at, well, I get it at Walmart when I do Walmart pickup every couple weeks. And this is about $3.75 for a gallon of tea. It's kind of crappy tea, really. It's just sugar water, basically. But this jug works really good for transporting water. So that's the only reason I get it, is so I have a good quality jug to carry water around. I'm gonna fill that all the way up. And then I'll just leave that there, let it boil. And then I'll show you guys how I make coffee out here in the woods. Man, it's quiet this morning. It's really nice. I got my little coffee set up here, and I'm gonna kind of spoil myself today. Even though I'm out here in the woods with limited supplies, I brought fresh beans in my grinder. And then I've been using this thing, which is actually pretty cool. This is from a couple of my subscribers, Mark and Yumi. So thanks to them. Thanks for watching, you guys. And thanks for sending me this. It's a reusable stainless steel coffee filter. And I've been using this every morning in the trailer now. Actually, I really like it. I was a little worried at first because I thought, oh, it's gonna be hard to clean or whatever, but you don't really have to clean it. You just have to shake it out, and I just let the grounds dry like overnight, and then in the morning, every morning I go outside, shake it out, and it's clean enough to use again right away. This replaces the paper filters, and I found a good way to do paper filters, and I was pretty happy with that. But this thing eliminates the need to buy any filters, and it eliminates my garbage, because the grounds now, I just throw them outside. When I had the filters, the paper filters, then I have the coffee in there and the paper filter, and I have to take the paper filter, fold it up, and then throw that in the trash. And now I have trash to take with me, and then so it kind of builds up my trash a little bit more. So this reduces the trash that I have to carry around. So I like it for that reason. And it makes really good coffee. It tastes even a little bit better than the paper filters. I'll show you how I use that. Dodger's just out here doing his thing. He had that fall yesterday on the trail, and man, I felt so bad for him, because he really has only ever fallen like 2 times. As long as it's not Echo tackling him because he wants to play. That's happened several times. But Echo's been pretty good. He gives Dodger his space now. But Dodger's totally fine. He just has a little scuff on his chin. It's not a big deal. And I just love that the dogs can do what they want out here. It's so neat. Of course, Echo's tied up, but he's happy with that. He doesn't mind. He just likes laying in the dust in the sun, smelling for deer and elk. And there's a lot of them out here. I've seen tons and tons of hoof prints out here. Now I'm gonna take a look at the water here, see how we are on boiling. It's probably been about 5 minutes and it's still working there, but that'll be boiling pretty soon. It's steaming real good. I got my fresh beans here, whole beans, and I'm gonna fill up this grinder basically to the top, and that'll make me 1 cup's worth, or 1 mug's worth, which is I think 2 cups. So grinding this up, man, this makes the best coffee. You don't really need to do this. I mean, I used to do instant coffee in the trailer just because it's super easy and I wasn't that picky, but lately I've been more picky about my coffee. And you know, it turns into a ritual. It's nice, especially when it's kind of cool out like this right now. It's nice to have a really solid cup of coffee. But you can also just get ground coffee out here. Works probably the best. This is a whole extra step, the grinding process. So you can totally get rid of this step and just buy the grounds. And you put the grounds right into this stainless steel filter here. This is my favorite backpacking mug. You've seen it in other videos. It's a GSI insulated mug, and it's also got measuring units on the side so you can measure. It's 2 cups right there. Okay, we got boiling water. Yep, that's boiling. So I can take this off now. And to snuff this out, it's still on. You can't really see the flame. This is the snuffer. It comes with this whole kit. You just go like that, and then now it's out. So you can reuse that. Once it cools, you can put the lid back on top and reuse it. The fuel that's in there you can use once you put this lid back on top after it cools down. Because if you don't wait for it to cool down, it'll melt this ring. And this ring is what keeps the fuel in there, so you can kind of hike around with it. I'm getting yellow jackets landing on the camera here. Then on this mug, you put your filter setup right there. So that just rests right on top of the mug. And you just slowly pour the hot water on there. Oh, I'm making a mess. Holy cow. Crap. I'm used to pouring really slow because I have a tea kettle in the trailer. So you can see how the coffee just flows through that filter right into my cup. Oh, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna try an experiment today that I haven't done before. This cook kit comes with a little frying pan that I usually fry my eggs in, and I brought 2 eggs today. But I forgot oil. I don't have any oil or butter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can use this can of beans to keep the eggs from sticking, basically. I'm gonna cook them in here a little bit. And then once they're cooked a little bit, I'm gonna put the beans in. And I think as long as I stir it, that should keep it from sticking. I'm really hungry, so I'm kind of looking forward to eggs. So while that's cooking, I gotta open this can of beans. And I got this little can opener that I use. This is the same one I use in the trailer too. You can see it's already starting to stick now. I'll cook it a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna put my beans in there. And I neglected to bring any spices, like even salt or pepper or garlic powder, anything like that, which I guess I should have brought, but I'm so hungry, it's not gonna matter. Like, this is gonna taste good, really good. Now it's sticking, but it's not too bad. I think once I put the beans in there, I'm gonna have a good meal. Let's try it. See, anytime I open a can, Mr. Echo comes around, and so does Dodger, because they think I'm opening tuna, and I always give them tuna if I open a can of it. This stuff they don't get though. They don't get beans. This is turning out really, really good, actually. I think it was a good idea to put the beans in here because it's barely sticking down at the bottom. And I don't know, I mean, when you're out here camping like this, that looks really appetizing to me. It may not look appetizing to you because it's just beans and eggs, but that looks so good to me. So why do I do this? Like, why am I away from the trailer with just the truck and a tent and minimal gear? Basically, see that Rubbermaid on the tailgate of my truck? I have two of those full of gear that I just grabbed from the trailer and threw it into. One Rubbermaid's kind of like toiletries and kitchen stuff, cooking. The other Rubbermaid is full of like clothes, rain gear, warm gear like hats and socks and gloves, and change of clothes like pants and shorts and things like that. That's pretty much all I brought. Of course, the truck is kind of stocked with some stuff. Of course, I got a lot of tools in there to fix the truck or whatever if I need to. And I got the dog foods already in there. There's a generator in there. Well, I'll show you. Basically all the stuff that I normally have with the trailer as far as the truck goes is in here. Like, I even got my bike in here right there. And I got the dog food. I got my generator, which most of the stuff I'm not using. It's just I happen to have it in here. Like, I had some jugs full of water in there already. And then I got my smaller water jugs. So I just make sure I bring the dog bowls and the leashes and things like that for the dogs. And I'm pretty much good to go. And then I can just grab the truck, throw my tent in, and I'm camping. This is just another aspect of full-time nomad life for us, where usually we're in the trailer, and compared to this, I mean, the trailer is pretty cushy. Compared to most anything, really, it's pretty cushy because you come outside and you got an awesome backyard. Pretty much no matter where we are, we have an awesome, awesome backyard. And we can hike as much as we want. We can take the tent out as much as we want. It's just absolute freedom. So I love it. I love the trailer. The thing about the trailer is you can't get to these really, really remote places where it's a rough road. You saw the road coming in here, and it gets pretty rough. There's parts of it that you can bring the trailer on, but you know, about a mile or two into it, then you know, you're going up these really steep inclines with really narrow roads. There's really no place to pull over, and the road itself is just super, super rough and rocky and kind of sharp rocks. Having a 4x4 truck with some all-terrain tires on it is fine for coming up here. And so that's the reason I'm taking advantage of having a safe place to leave my trailer for the night, for a couple nights, is we can come up to a remote place like this, which I just love because there's like nobody up here. And the nature up here gets to be a little bit more intense because there's so few people up here and so few vehicles. In fact, I wouldn't mind switching up our nomadic lifestyle and going from an RV, from a trailer, to just the truck and a tent and sleeping in the truck. You can sleep in the bed of the truck or get a truck camper, that kind of thing. The thing about this time that we're going to be out here is like you get dirty. You get dirty really quickly. The dogs get really dirty. It's dusty. And I mean, that's what camping is, but with the trailer, you know, I have a shower pretty much whenever I want. I can just do a quick rinse if I need to, or if I have extra water, I can take a long hot shower if I want with soap. So I already feel like kind of sticky, kind of dirty. That's really the main difference, is cleanliness. It's harder to stay clean when you don't have basically a shower. Also, the toilet is kind of a nice thing to have. I don't mind, you know, taking a dump in the woods out here, but it is a little bit more difficult. It's a little more involved than just going into the bathroom in the trailer. But I mean, look at this place. It's just amazing. Let's go.